In the quaint village of Brookside, there lived a beloved teacher named Mrs. Anderson. She was known far and wide for her skillful planning, and the townsfolk often wondered why she invested so much time in crafting her lessons. One sunny morning, a curious villager named Mr. Baker approached her and asked, "Mrs. Anderson, why is it so important for you to plan your lessons meticulously?" Mrs. Anderson smiled warmly and invited Mr. Baker into her cozy classroom. She explained, "Imagine setting out on a grand adventure without a map or a plan. Teaching is much like that journey. Planning is my map, my compass." She continued, "Planning helps me define clear learning goals for my students. It ensures that I choose the right content and design engaging activities that align with educational standards. It's like charting our course, so we know where we're headed." Mr. Baker nodded, beginning to understand. "But what about the different needs of your students?" he asked. "Ah," Mrs. Anderson replied, "that's where planning truly shines. It lets me differentiate my lessons. I can create materials and activities that cater to various learning styles, abilities, and interests. This way, every student can learn at their own pace and level." "And what about managing the class?" Mr. Baker inquired. Mrs. Anderson chuckled. "Planning helps with that too. I can anticipate potential challenges and prepare strategies to maintain discipline and order in the classroom. It ensures that our learning environment stays positive and focused." As the conversation continued, Mrs. Anderson shared how planning also allowed her to optimize classroom time and inject creativity into her lessons. She likened it to having the perfect ingredients for a delicious meal, each element carefully chosen to create an unforgettable dish. Mr. Baker left Mrs. Anderson's classroom with a newfound appreciation for the importance of planning and teaching. He realized that it was the map that guided the educational journey, making it not just structured, but also enjoyable and effective. From that day on, Mrs. Anderson's dedication to planning continued to inspire both her students and fellow teachers in Brookside, reminding them that in the world of education, a well-thought-out plan was the key to unlocking the doors of knowledge and creativity.